What's the difference for you when you guys are a road game where you guys travel via bus as opposed to the plane? Is there any difference for you personally?
Quicker trip.
Yeah, just in general. What you prepared.
Oh no, I thought you was. I mean, it's a quicker trip. Less time really sitting down, considering we're driving. But I think we prepare the same every week.
Joe, the team video that the team posted after you breaking down the huddle, what inspired you to, preach consistency there in this past game?
Well, it's something that I preach all the time. I think, it's so important to hone in and be consistent on the details, and attacking it every day. I've said it all year. I've said the same things all year, and I'll say the same things now. Regardless of the outcome of games, you have to be honed in on the standard of doing it. You have to set a standard and create a standard, and then you got to live and die by that standard and just, attack every day and be consistent. So that's what we're striving for here.
How have you approached knowing when to be vocal with your teammates as a leader and when not to?
It's always been me just being me. I've never had a label for it. I've never had a name for it. It's just go out there and be myself. And I've been granted the opportunity to lead this football team, and I hold it with high value and high regards. And it's something I take very seriously, and it's important to me. So I want to set the right example for everybody. I want to do the right things. I want to make sure I'm on my job, and just continue to do that.
Were you always vocal, like even Pop Warner, even when you first started playing, were you always kind of one of those guys that just kind of talked a lot?
It's a time and a place. Like I said, I don't put a name on it. I can't put a name on it or a label on it. I just try and go out there and be the best version of myself. And like I said, I've been granted the opportunity to lead the team, and I'm very, very thankful for that.
When you address the team like you did after the game, how much thought goes into that message, or is it kind of off the top?
I think you think things throughout the game. You have thoughts that come throughout the game. You see coaches that, Coach Saban always were right. His thoughts on a notepad, and he address it after a practice. It's an everyday thing. He does the same thing on the sidelines in the game, and I think Coach Sirianni does it as well. And for me, I have thoughts too. I have things that come across my mind, whereas I feel like we can be better here, or I see something in the team and maybe I want to address it. And there's no name to it. There's no label to it. It's just leadership. And I just want to be the best version of myself in doing that.
In the past, with us, you've mentioned avoiding the rat poison, and Nick mentioned that's something he referenced this week. Is that easier said than done? How do you go about doing so when there are a lot of people talking about you and thinking about you?
And I've experienced so much rat poison in my life. I've seen it all. I've seen the good. I've seen the bad. And I've really learned how to just block it all out. I can really care less what's being said out there. It makes no difference in how I prepare. It makes no difference in the ultimate goal and what that is for us and for me. So I've learned to block it out over the years.
When did you learn that?
When did I learn it? I learned it over the years in college, different things that I've experienced. Just learned over the years.
What qualifies as rat poison? Is it just stuff that we say and write, or like if your friends and family are talking you up, does that qualify as well?
Rat poison to me is something that I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear the good. I don't want to hear the bad. Control what I can, keep the main thing, and I worry about my standards. I worry about my goals, and I worry about our standards and our goals as a football team and what we want to attack. And I say, we've been talking about the identity, and the identity being the team that's going to attack every day and get better every day, and be relentless in our approach and how we want to do things, honing in on the details, doing all those things. That's what I value. That's what I care about. So we refer to the post-game, whatever message I delivered. That's what it's about. It's about the details. It's about the details, and I take them very seriously. And I hold a lot of pride in growing every day. We hold a lot of pride in growing every day and taking advantage of every moment.
Whether it's a win or a loss, Jalen, you tend to talk about situational football, third downs, red zone. You guys kind of turned a corner on third downs about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Could you put your finger on something there as why you've been more effective?
I think overall execution has been better. And I know a football team playing that's trying to defend us, they have a lot they have to worry about with the receivers we have, running game we have, and the ability to extend and do all those types of things. So it's been something good for us, and we just want to continue to play at a high level at it and be consistent with that.
Take a few more, then we'll get closer here.
The last 4 games, obviously, you guys have run, obviously really well. You would think like teams would probably learn. Have you seen like teams like adapting to that, like trying to, I don't know, affect the way you guys run? And how would you kind of like counter attack when they do that?
No, we just go out there. We play our game. You look at it. The last few games we kind of come out. We've thrown the ball just as much as we ran the ball in the first half. It's just so happened that we kind of get a lead, and maybe in that third quarter, we end up running it a lot or doing whatever. So I think we've had a good balance in what we've been doing, and yeah.
It was reported that before the season you took out most of your offensive players individually and had I don't know if it was a meal or whatever it is. Is that accurate? And what made you do that?
Well, I hold a lot of value in hold a lot of value of building relationships with the guys around me, the guys I'm around, and getting to know them. And I know in the off season, whether it been in Philadelphia, whether it was in Florida or Texas, wherever it was, there was a lot of time put in into building those relationships, getting the work in, learning each other, just growing together, knowing all the youth we have, and I value it so much, and it's holiday season, and then I just think, I was telling my family the other day, but I told my teammates too, but it's so much out there to be thankful for, and I'm thankful for the time spent with my teammates. I'm thankful for my family, my loved ones, and we're all thankful to be able to play the game we love. So, kind of going back to your question, I'm really thankful. I'm grateful to be able to, build those relationships with my teammates and, them to be able to accept me in that way, putting that time in, putting that work in the off season when it matters the most.